Serial killers can have many faces, but rarely do you come across a grandmotherly-looking woman in her 60s, suddenly convicted of 2 murders and the prime suspect in another. But that's just the case with Ulisa Mary Chavers. This 62-year-old, now locked away for most likely the remainder of her life, just pled guilty to the poisoning death of her live-in boyfriend, Reginald Cody Bowles, whose body was found stuffed down a well behind the couple's home.
Can you tell us why your boyfriend was in that well?
And the killing of her husband, Clint Chavers, whose headless corpse was found in a flower bed behind the family's former Amelia County home.
What'd you do with your husband's head?
He'd been dead since 1994. So just what brought these killings to light? Unmasking this Black Widow.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
It all began with a phone call to the Ulisa County Sheriff's Department on October 18, 2008, reporting Cody Bowles' disappearance.
It took a while before we really realized. It mainly came up when he missed the first holiday, and then the next holiday, and then she always had an excuse for why he wasn't around.
Christmas Day, 2006. This photo is taken. It's the last time Cody Bowles is seen alive. He has a discussion with his son about transferring his power of attorney away from Ulisa Chavers. It was the last time he would speak to one of his 3 children.
She really fed you guys some wild stories, though.
She did. Yeah, she did. They got wilder and wilder. As time progressed, the stories got sillier and sillier.
Stories such as Bowles had moved to Montana and joined a militia. He was in a biker gang. He was in the Gulf Coast doing charity work. Even the cruel story that he was sick of his kids and just didn't want to see or talk to them.
We loved him, he knows that.
So the kids called the sheriff's department and reported him missing.
We picked it up the next day.
The case lands on the desk of Detective Howard Porter. Not able to find a single trace of Cody Bowles, he knows something is seriously wrong. Porter describes his first interview with Ulisa.
Constantly chain smoking cigarettes. You could see her hands moving. She was so nervous. The story just didn't sound right.
Chavers says Cody is calling her every 3 weeks and taking money out of their SunTrust account using his debit card.
We asked her to bring up the checking account on the internet, and the 2 months that she did show us, there was no activity from out of state.
With nothing firm to go on, Lieutenant Porter keeps digging. New Year's 2009 rolls around, and the detective goes back to talk to Ulisa. She says Cody was there for Christmas and then left again. She shows him this picture of the 2 of them. Notice the date on the bottom? It says December 25th, 2008.
But when I was looking at the camera, it seemed kind of weird. It seemed like she was taking pictures of a picture. You could see kind of a glare.
Porter asked to take the memory stick from the camera. He gets it tested, and sure enough, the photo is a snapshot of an old picture from a Christmas past.
She's also adjusted the date inside the camera.
Now even more suspicious?
Right from the start, we could tell someone right.
He gets a search warrant, and on March 6, 2009, hits the property on Garrett's Mill Road.
We executed the search warrant. It was around 11:30 in the morning.
Senior Special Agent Carlton Johnson with the Virginia State Police is now helping with the investigation. While the property is searched, he sits inside and talks with Ulisa.
Her statement was to me, "So you think you're going to find his body somewhere on this property?" And I said, "Yes, Ulisa, I really do think we're going to find his body, and this is your chance to come clean with us." And she goes, "I can tell you you're not going to find his body."
We were now out there about 20, 25 minutes when the cadaver dog hit on the well. Took the well cover off. There was a tarp just inside the cover. We removed that, and the odor just would hit you.
Lieutenant Porter sends a text message to Carlton Johnson. It reads, "We found him."
She looks outside, and they're surrounding the well. I said, "They found the body. Now, do you want to still maintain this story?" She goes, "Well, he died."